In this video, I'll be taking a look at the Mafex Homelander from The Boys. Here is the figure out of the package along with all the accessories laid out in front of you. He comes with a good amount of stuff. He comes with the traditional Mafex stand. He comes with 5 extra pairs of hands, 2 extra heads, and a chest piece. First, let's take a look at the Mafex flight stand. You obviously get the base for the flight stand right here, 3 holes, nice clear plastic. You also have the hand, which just plugs into any of the 3 holes. This one does have 3 movable points. You also get this clear rod, which also fits in there. You know, you could put other things in there if you want. It also comes with 3 clamps. The first clamp is this big round one. It also has a screw in it. I usually use this one. Next, he has this one. Now, I don't know what this is. Now, this is supposed to be for like the crotch, but I don't know what goes on this. This doesn't fit in here. I don't know. The next is this one, which is always loose because there's no screw in it. It's just more friction fit. Next, let's take a look at the hands. The first pair of hands are these thumb up hands. He comes with a set of pointing finger hands. He comes with a set of relaxed hands. He comes with another set of kind of relaxed hands, but these are more open. He comes with another set of grabby hands, but these are mainly used to put around his waist. And finally, these are the fisted hands that are on him in the package. Again, looking good. You have sculpted detail throughout, the glove work, the back of the hand having this kind of burgundy color. As for interchanging them, it's quite simple. It's just friction fit. You just pop it off and pop the new one back in, and it looks pretty good. Next, let's take a look at the chest plate. This one is pretty good. Again, it's with flap down. You get this nice silver stars painted. The red doesn't go back, which makes sense, but you know, it's nice clean stars. As for changing it, it's quite simple. You just pick at this. There's 2 peg holes, and then you just put the new one on, push. It's actually quite simple. It looks pretty good on the figure, as you can see, the flap and everything. The only thing is when you move the left arm, it just is very loose. So I recommend just taking it off and then posing the figure. Next, let's take a look at the head. This is the head that is on him in the package, you know, angry. Now, this one to me doesn't look like the actor as much, but overall it does look good. You have a nice wash on all the heads. The next head is probably my favorite. You have this nice airbrushing on the eyes. The front part of the hair is more down and loose. You do have an open mouth with teeth showing, looking pretty good. There's still an exact same wash on all the heads, but overall this is a really good head sculpt. I do wish this kind of had peg holes so you can plug in some effects. And the last head sculpt is this kind of smiling head. This one looks like the actor from some poses. Like, I don't know, you know, one side he looks smiling, the other side he looks sad. You go to see like he's annoyed. So I don't know, I really do like this head as well. Let's take a look at the figure itself. So here is the figure. Nice texture throughout, this kind of basketball texture. It's everywhere. This piece always comes off easily. You have this red line that goes through it all the way. Even when you lift up, as you can see, it's painted throughout. You get this nice kind of black airbrush throughout. You have this nice kind of belt. It's a gold, but I feel like it's not as shiny as it could be, but I kind of like that. As for the shoulders, you have this eagle on them, obviously on both sides. Do be careful, it is like 2 hinges. I do wish it was a ball joint, but this does look fragile and that it will break at any moment. As for the arms, these things look pretty good. Again, that texture throughout, the joint, it looks seamless like this because of how dark he is. That nice kind of black airbrush. The gloves also look good. You get obviously nice red to match the gloves. You get this nice kind of golded dotted paint around, which looks very good. As for the legs, again, that texture throughout, the nice black wash and crevices just stand out to me. The nice knee joints and everything. As for the boots, you do get, you know, the same red to match the gloves, the gold, the eagle right there, which I don't know, I like that kind of logo. That's just me. Same burgundy that's on the gloves. Treads at the bottom of the feet. You also get some nice texture on the back. The gold moves around to the back. As for the back of the figure, it's, you know, what you expect. The texture, the black wash throughout. The gold goes around to the back of the figure. Again, looks good. No real wash there. As for the cape, this blue piece is a hard plastic, which makes sense. Get all that star detail on there, which looks beautiful. The collar, everything looks good. As for the cape, it is cloth and wired, so you just pull it out. It's a good, nice spread. There's wire on the bottom as well as the sides. This thing to me looks good. Nice, vibrant colors. It looks just how it did in the shoulder. As for the articulation, you have a joint at the neck and head. With that, you get some pretty good range. The collar does get in the way, but you have enough range. Moving back, you don't get that much range though. And moving down, you also get limited range. The shoulders are pretty weak. They only move out that much. I don't know. I wish they could go more. This, shoulder pad piece gets in the way. You do get a bicep swivel. You also have a butterfly joint in the shoulders, which moves pretty good, back, forth, shifts up and down. You also have a nice double jointed range, which is 45 degrees, I would say. Do wish you could go more though. The wrists are on ball hinges, which is pretty good. Again, you could configure it whichever way you want to get that articulation you need. He has a joint at the torso and at the waist, allows him to rotate, and you get some pretty good pivot back and forth. As for the crunch back, he moves pretty good. Nice arc. As for moving forward, again, pretty good. Wish a little bit more range would have been cool. As for the thighs, they have a drop down function, which is kind of stiff, but that allows you to move out, what's that, 45? He does have a bicep swivel in there basically, but very limited. He also has nice double jointed range, as you can see, looking beautiful. The bottom, kind of mechanical, it stops there, and the top is nice and smooth. No calf swivel, but you do have a boot swivel right there. You can hinge back, not that much, but if you twist it and push it, you get more range. You also get up movement, not that much. You get nice ankle pivot and toe articulation. As for the size comparisons, here he is compared to your average body molds from Hasbro, NECA, McFarlane, and Figure Arts. Here he is compared to the amazing Yamaguchi All Might. Here he is compared to the Mattel Batman vs Superman figure. Here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Endgame Captain America. And finally, here he is compared to his fellow teammate, the Mafex Starlight. These two do look good together. The size is good. She's slightly above in between his shoulder and his head. Overall, I do think these two look beautiful together. I cannot wait for the other figures in this set. A-Train, Black Noir, Soldier Boy, Maeve. There's a bunch here. Cannot wait to get a nice The Boys shelf. So what are my thoughts on this figure? It is a nice figure. I did pay $85 for this from Big Bad Toy Store, but overall I highly recommend this figure if you're into The Boys. If not, easy pass I guess, but this is a nice figure overall. Now fuck off.